So seems we're still continuing, because obviously, as always, usually when I stop recording, they then add more stuff to the game. So we've got Zygarde in the game now. Wow. Okay, so Zygarde is a legendary ground dragon type. I cannot believe we've actually just added this to the game right as I finish recording. That's mental. Okay, so we have now got Pokémon Go routes. So this has just literally just come out this second. We're just going to go over it right now, just because it's a very exciting update. So celebrate the launch of routes with the Blaze New Trails event. Wow. It's time to chase the horizon, experience a new way to adventure. So these are going to be routes. So let's go over these now. I have just done some quick research, obviously beforehand. Now, the thing is with this is obviously this will change the way in which, of course, you can be incentivized to walk, especially if it's for in the future, not just cells, but also rare candy as well. But we'll just go over it now. So, okay, so when you make a route, because this is essentially what this basically is all about. So routes are created by adventurous trainers, just like yourself, blah, blah, blah. They don't have to phrase it like that. They do phrase it a certain way, don't they? It's so annoying. A new friend to share raid battles with, follow a route to find out. Here is a quick summary. Okay, so obviously when you explore routes, you put a starting point and then you put an end point, and basically it'll just track everything you do in between that route, or it'll just basically like off the top of my head, it'll just basically use an algorithm to learn from the patterns of where you walked and stuff. Maybe, I don't 100% sure on that one. So obviously you have a start point and a finish point, and then obviously you can follow your route. Okay, check the route tab, blah blah blah, and then choose one that catches your eye, follow the route and enjoy exploring. Now obviously Zygarde is a very interesting Pokemon because it has 3 different forms. It's 10% form, it's 50% form, and it's complete form. Now it is a very powerful dragon type, to be fair. It's like, I mean, as it stands, the moves that it has according to the move pool aren't that great. But if it gets better moves, it will definitely probably outperform Garchomp quite easily. So Zygarde Cells. So these are the things that you've got to look out for. So now you don't actually use, I believe you don't actually use rare candy to evolve this thing. I think you can, but I think you also need cells as well to evolve it, so you can change its form. So I think you can still use candy on it, but I do believe you have to use like cells as well. The cells are basically there to change the form. So obviously it's not to sound too complicated, but basically it still has candy, but it just basically you have to change its form. Now obviously if we look at the Zygarde field report, Zygarde is a Pokemon that's thought to monitor the ecosystems from deep in the cave where it lives. It can change its appearance based on the number of Zygarde cells that are being gathered. Zygarde cells are made up of Zygarde, and these cells could be alive, and basically you'll be able to use Zygarde cells in a Zygarde cube, a device that functions like a nest for Zygarde cells. Now, I really like the end bit at the end, because it just says, in its complete form, Zygarde has enough power to overwhelm Xerneas or Yveltal. So I find that quite interesting how, it does look flipping awesome as well. You can encounter Zygarde in the special research story from A to Zygarde, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, this is going to be a really interesting Pokemon, because obviously it can, obviously Dragon Ground is a really good typing anyway, because it basically counters everything apart from Fairy and Ice, but you know, it's really, really solid against everything. I imagine people will probably use it in Master League anyway, just to try it out. I'm not sure how long it's going to take to grind to get the actual resources to change its form. Obviously, it's only just been released, so we don't know. Okay, so let's have a quick look now. Obviously, you've got your routes. Obviously, you can see up on screen what you do. Obviously, you go up on your menu. So on your nearby menu, and then obviously you've got Pokemon, Raid, and then you've also got routes as well. So obviously I am not 100% sure how these are going to work. I have just taken a screenshot of what it looks like around my area, but nothing seems to be coming up. I don't know if it was like a bug or something, I don't know. but it doesn't seem to be coming up with anything. So the event bonuses, so again, starts July 21st, ends July 24th, 8 PM local time. 2/3 distance to win, buddy candy, which is quite good while exploring routes with your buddy. Increased chance to encounter shiny Yungoos. I could do with another one of them. I had 2 and I traded one to my friend Colin. So I gave him one of them, and then obviously I don't mind, I could do again another one. Yeah, so again, just to reiterate, 3 different forms, 50% form, 10% form, and obviously it depends on how many Zygarde cells you've collected. A new item will be introduced as well, a Zygarde cube that will hold your cells. That's pretty good as well. And then obviously, yeah, that's pretty exciting to be honest, because it's a very powerful dragon type, to be fair. So yeah, wild spawn. So, oh no, sorry, my bad. Let me just go over its stats. So again, 3,855, but don't just be disillusioned by the CP, because that's not its final form. This is just showing up the stats based on what we have on the actual Go hub as well. So it's got 203 attack, 232 defense, and 239 stamina. So this thing can definitely hit quite quick, because that stamina stat is, I believe it's better than Garchomp's, I'm not sure. But that is a very, very solid Pokemon, because it just has very balanced movesets. And then obviously also, we can have a look at some of the wild spawns now as well, because there's a few things, I know a lot of them will just be themed around things that basically it can counter anyway, because obviously it is Dragon Ground anyway. So yeah, as I thought, just having a look at Garchomp, in comparison to Garchomp, which is currently the best Dragon Ground type, it basically has the same stamina as it, so it does charge the same. So that's very fascinating to know, because obviously Garchomp really does charge quite quick. Obviously its attack isn't as good, but its defense does make up for it. Obviously, yeah, so, and then it has the same stamina as well, so that's pretty interesting. So I do think that Zygarde will probably outperform Garchomp, probably just about. Even without being in the complete form, it might just about outperform it, but we'll have to see anyway. Anyways, so now that we've gone over all that, guys, we've gone over routes, we've gone over ways that you can maximise, obviously, because you'll have to pick up the cells anyway by doing the routes. You'll find them at the Pokestops, obviously. It does say here, just to reiterate, just for those who just didn't notice, when you're exploring a route, you might come across a Zygarde Cell. Zygarde Cells are components that make up Zygarde, the older Pokemon. You can collect Zygarde Cells in your Zygarde Cube and use these cells to change Zygarde's form. Encounter Zygarde in the research. So it does show up on the screenshot here that it does show as like a yellow gleaming dot. So that's pretty interesting. Obviously that is really cool. That is going to be exciting to find. So you'll walk around the map and you'll go, oh, look at the little just little bits of joy. And then obviously we have got the wild spawns, so Growlithe, Doduo, Ponyta, Lilliput, Blitzel, Yungoos, and then raids, Rockruff. Are these raids? Or are these eggs? Oh no, it's eggs. Phalanx, Rockruff, can't see the other one now, whoopsie. Oh well, it's not really 100% important. The rubbish anyway, I think. The only good one is Rockruff anyway. But other than that, guys, this is a massive update. Now, I will go over the research. I mean, the research isn't... I've had a quick skim of the research. I will show the screenshots up on screen now for you right now. This is basically the Zygarde A to Zygarde. I'll show them up on screen now, but they're not... It's quite self-explanatory because the research is quite easy to do, to be honest. I have almost completed the first stage already. Well, not really. I just sort of caught a few Pokemon and then, because obviously it's only just come out. So, but yeah, it's exciting anyway. Obviously, again, it will be solid to use in Master League as well. The only thing is, I don't know if you'll have to use Candy or Zygarde Cells to actually power it up. I don't know yet. I will find out for you guys in a bit. Obviously, once I actually get out and get through the research and get it.